Hello everyone, today it's time for a new video about this very interesting high pressure sodium bulb, which is a clear Philips 70 watt high pressure sodium bulb with a starter inside, which these are actually quite hard to find in the Netherlands. The USA, in the USA it's very regular to have a clear high pressure sodium bulb. Here not so much, they usually end up looking like a mercury vapor bulb here. This is another 70 watt high pressure sodium with the regular coating on it, and underneath the coating is basically the same thing, but this is a very cool piece to have in the collection, so you can actually see the interesting mechanism of this bulb, because there's a starter inside and some other white thing above which kind of looks like a fuse, but I don't think it is. And then we have an arc tube in the middle, just like with a clear regular tubular version of this thing. Unfortunately it didn't really come with a packaging, so there's not much to show you guys there, but on the bulb itself we still have a Philips, some 70 watt, which Philips calls a high pressure sodium bulb with a starter, some I, and then E for electronic, balloon shaped without a starter, and then a tubular they call T of tubular. It's not that difficult. I used to have one of these before, which I think I accidentally dropped or something. I don't really know where it is. But we had a old batch of bulbs arrive at work, and there were a few of these included, so I shared them with other collectors and kept one for myself. One thing that I didn't really notice is that there is actually glass inside of the bulb, which I have no clue what it is from, but it still works, so I don't think it's too bad. It's probably something that snapped here at the bottom, but the bulb's still in good shape, and I think this one is brand new. I have had it turned on for a few times, but outside of that hasn't really seen any use, I think. We're going to start it on this 50 watt high pressure sodium ballast, because you don't really need the capacitor with this ballast, so we're not going to make it more difficult than it already is, which it really isn't. And then a E27 socket, you don't really need much more, and the bulb will start perfectly fine on this ballast. So let's plug it in. So let's zoom in on the bulb itself a little bit so we can actually see the starter doing its work. And let's turn it on. Which it did have some trouble starting, but that might also be because it's very cold. And it starts just like fluorescent. This one isn't very loud. I'll show you guys an example in a minute of a bulb that is very loud. It starts very loud. I think it has to do with the fixture that it's installed in, but you can clearly hear the effect of the starter, which still amazes me that these bulbs work with a starter just like with a fluorescent. It does take a while for the bulb to warm up, and I think that might be because of the glass that's inside. I don't really think I have had it turned on for that long. I just tried if it worked for this video. It seems to be going into an orange color now. Maybe I'm a little bit impatient. And it might also be slower because it's starting on a 50 watt ballast. To be fair, I'm more of a fan of the coated ones, because those are a lot more pleasant to the eyes compared to this monstrosity here. It's also why I usually install a Sun E bulb instead of a tubular one, just because it looks nicer. But still, again, as I said, it's a very nice thing to have in the collection, because you can see the starting mechanism. But it isn't as bright, but that might be because it's running on a 50 watt ballast. Now that the bulb is fully warmed up, let me show you guys the start of that very loud sun bulb I talked about. which is installed in this old postal lantern right here, which I have some trouble reaching. Here you can clearly hear it trying to start, which maybe just did in one go, I'm not too sure, or it doesn't work anymore. Oh, it's starting to come up, just very hard to see. It unfortunately wasn't that blink happy, but you could hear the loud sound of the starter there. And this bulb reaches full brightness, so let's turn it off to see the heated filament, which isn't that hot because it hasn't been on for that long. And that's basically all I had to say about this very interesting Philips high pressure sodium bulb. Thanks a lot for watching. Please let me know in the comments below what you prefer, coated or clear. And I'll see you in the next video.